All right, Motiva, we start with you. As you and your friends decide to split up for a bit, some people wanting to check something out before you guys head off of Prismari campus. So currently, you're still inside Fury Gale, the mysterious building that Rowan led you to, where you witnessed an underground duel. No faculty seem to be in sight. Um, the lights are dim and the ambiance is sort of heady as there's a lot of excited energy and flashing magic that throws light and shadow all throughout the ever shifting shapes of the walls. Um, and you're currently packed together in one of the crowds, watching a different duel now happening. And the only one of your now original group that's left here is Rowan.
Motiva's going to look to Rowan and say, "Do you know who these people are that are dueling?"
Oh, the new people up here?
Yeah.
And you see her kind of go to lean forward a bit and kind of squint. And she shakes her head and says, no. They might be new Prismaris or something. Me and Will don't really know too many of the people on campus.
Speaking of you and your brother, I wanted to ask if you were still up to talk.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to like stay here and like watch, or do you want to maybe find somewhere where it's a bit easier to talk?
Oh, you got me there. Yeah, let's find somewhere easier.
Okay. You go with her, and she kind of leads you back towards the hole in the wall that you all came from. And as you go out, you see the fence that everybody had to kind of wiggle through to get back on campus. And you're kind of in the rocky, uneven area of wilderness that's around Prismari campus. And you see she kind of just finds a rock and like sits down on it and sort of like pats another slightly uneven but like more flat than the rest of them. And offers out a hand and says, unfortunately, there's not that many cool places to just hang out on campus. Or at least this one.
Really?
Yeah, all the cool stuff is on the central campus. Well, there's cool things, but like there's not like another cafe or anything.
Motiva will sit and say, "I thought that the arts campus would have a place to do, like, quiet rooms and stuff."
There, technically, when you're actually a member of Prismari, you get your own studio, so you don't really need to go to public places to do that.
Oh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so if you just start, right, as an apprentice, you usually share a dorm room with like one other student and you guys share a studio. But most third and fourth years have their own room and their own studio in the dorms. It's why the dorms are so big here. They give you a lot of space to really flex your creativity and all that.
Did you have to share a dorm with your brother or a random?
Oh no, I still share a room with Will. It's just easier.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, she was just gonna say, she was just gonna wave a hand and say, so that's why there's less, loitering spaces around campus, I suppose. There's like art galleries and stuff, and places where people practice group things, but like I said, there's not really like places to hang out on this one.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, there's like the observation tower if you want to go up there, and she points at the really big tower that I described in the session that has sort of like the glass dome on top and has like the crackling magical energy encircling it.
What is that? isn't that dangerous?
No, well, I mean, maybe if you're like flying around it, but people don't really. That's called Conjurat Hall. It's where all the classes and stuff are. And at
Oh,
the top, you can like see all of the campus. People go there for like inspiration and stuff.
this is the most art school bullshit I've ever seen.
Right? I'm gonna.
What do you? No, no, go ahead.
I'm DMing you a picture of the specific tower that she's talking about. That one.
Ah, yeah, that definitely stuck out. Motiva's gonna say, "What do you do in Prismari?"
No, I don't do art. If that's what you're asking.
What?
Me and Will don't do art.
So you can join a college and not participate in its like thing?
Well, yeah, it was kind of complicated whenever we first came here too, but basically it's like you can go to a college for its major, or you can go to a college because you want to learn the type of magic it uses. Me and Will kind of went into Prismari because it kind of the whole like duality of perfection and expression, and she uses finger quotes on both of those words. Um, is just something that ended up working for us as like a duo. Not to mention, we kind of already favor red and blue magic, so it's not a big stretch. Uh, we didn't. She kind of laughs and she says, "I know it sounds confusing, but we didn't go into it for the major. I'm unsure if we're gonna fully graduate with one. We're kind of just here to better utilize how our magic works."
So, yeah, I was curious about that because I thought if Professor Onyx wanted to keep an eye on you guys or stay close, you would have gone in Witherbloom. I guess that the magics are different.
Oh, yeah. Witherbloom is all about like healing and necromancy and stuff. If you know about magic colors yet, it's green and black. I don't know if you know much about it where you're from.
This is gonna be a really boring answer. Where I'm from, magic doesn't exist.
Fair enough. Don't worry, they'll show you what's what. Me and Will didn't really do magic before we came here, so
Where you're from, there wasn't a lot of magic.
there. You see, she kind of makes a face and say there was a lot of magic, a lot of. It was very easy for magic to be something that happened to you, and less so many mages. If that makes sense.
Oh, so magic was like in the air, but it wasn't like yours to mess with.
I think that's a good way to describe it. As an example, I guess. So one time, my dad got cursed and got turned into a deer, and we had to go find him. And that's like a magic that can happen to you, or like there were swords that had magic in them, and you could use them for things like healing and stuff. But like most people didn't really cast like fireball and stuff like that.
No, that sounds familiar to what we're supposed to consider magic. Where are you from?
Oh,
Like, I know you said the plane, but like, that's not a town.
Oh, yeah. Well, me and my brother were kind of raised with our family in, I have to look up the town name. Give me a second.
I'm sorry, bestie.
No, it's okay. Eldraine just has weird, setting lore. And I don't remember the names. She, would say, oh yeah, me and my brother were raised with her family over in it's called Ardenvale. It's kind of a city state instead of just like a town. It's like a single place, but it's considered its own like thing. It has its own like king and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm unsure how much detail you want me to go into. It's I'm sure you've experienced this. It's a little hard to just talk about where you're from because of how much is normalized to you, you know. I've been to
Yeah.
a couple planes, but this is only my second time planes walking to another place, so it still feels weird.
Did you choose to come here?
Uh, we had a choice. Yeah, we were brought here by someone who told us about Strixhaven. So
Mm.
this time we did have a choice. But the first time, as Onyx said, was a bit less refined, a little more sudden.
I can believe it. Motiva is gonna like finally sit. I want to mention, I don't think she sat this entire time. She's finally gonna sit down and she's gonna put her hair up and she's gonna say, you know, there was a person I was talking to, Chad, I'm sure you saw him. He said that where he's from, a planeswalker's like in charge.
Oh yeah, Ravnica, right? That's Jace? I think that's Jace.
I can't say that. Mativa's gonna look over and say, that's such a plain name for a dude in charge of a world.
You would be surprised. A lot of planeswalkers were, well, I wouldn't say always normal people, but I mean, they're just people.
I don't know. You, your brother, and Professor Onyx have pretty sick ass names. I didn't expect that there's a planeswalker with like a name that's like a person I went to class with.
Well, I can't speak for what's common in other planes, but thanks. My dad gave me the name, so you know.
I chose my name. I
That's cool.
recommend it. Oh, thanks. She's gonna roll her wrist a bit. How does the library work exactly?
Uh, I mean, it's open all hours on the main floor, but you need like permission to go to any of the other floors.
I
Restricted
heard that
archive is against. You can't go in there if you're a student unless you have permission from a dean. The restricted one.
I heard that there was a thing about like robots who could pick up books for you or something.
Oh yeah, the archivists. So you can like wander around in the biblioplex, but it's really big, and it's been a headache for me the whole time I've been here. But they don't really categorize it in ways that's like easy for you to find. So it's better to just go to somebody who is working there, usually at like a desk, or you can find an automaton yourself if you want, and ask for something specific, and they bring it to you. Um, Again, you can try to find things, but it's up in the air whether you'll find what you're looking for.
Are there books about other planes allowed to students, or is that just for the teachers?
You know, I guess that would depend on maybe what's in the book. I'm not too sure. I haven't. Most of what Will has been trying to get me to read is just general books on magic and not necessarily trying to research other planes. I kind of get my information about that from Onyx, or if Teferi or Casmina roll around. It's kind of out of my sphere of things I'm particularly interested. No offense, it's cool, but you know.
Roll around?
What?
Did you say roll around?
When?
Whenever you were listing off names.
No, Teferi and Casmina.
Oh, okay.
Oh, when they roll around, like whenever they're here.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was like, what fucking Kenku ass name?
No.
That makes more sense. Motiva's gonna nod and say, no, I don't expect a lot of people of interest in this. Whenever I kind of expected that people knew, so I just said that I was a planeswalker, and a lot more people than I expected didn't know that word.
Oh. Well, I can expect that. When me and Will came in, we didn't mention it to anybody. If I'm honest, we didn't even know Onyx was a planeswalker until our first year was almost up.
Yeah, I found out about Onyx through, Professor Onyx through pure accident. So, I thought that you guys were popular at the Prismari campus because you were planeswalkers, but I assume that you are just cool guys.
I appreciate you thinking that I'm popular. And to be fair, I am more popular than my brother, but it's because I actually go out and talk to people. I go hang out. I go to the tavern. I go to Fury Gale. You know. I don't know.
This is gonna be an awkward question.
Yeah.
Are you human?
Oh. Yeah.
Hmm.
What?
Why is there so many humans everywhere?
I don't know. They're common. Where I'm from, humans were the only race, so I guess I
Oh,
don't
hey,
question it.
same.
Hey.
Hey, same species
Yeah, like
distribution.
yeah, like I mean not like I think that humans are better or anything. I guess I'm just used to seeing a lot of them, so I don't question that there's a lot of them around.
Yeah, I'm just curious. There's a lot of words I'm learning. I don't want to call it culture shock because that would imply it's one culture.
You get used to it. Hate to say it, but the more you walk, the more you get used to going into a new place, and it becomes easier to blend in, is what I'm trying to say.
I think I can manage that.
Yeah, I don't think you're doing too bad. She kind of like gives your shoulder like a gentle like punch.
Pep pep.
Tap, tap.
Oh, Motiva's gonna look over and thanks. I ended up not blending in too much. Apparently, they wrote me and my friend in the paper.
Well, if you're yelling about being a planeswalker, I can believe it. I think Onyx mentioned it, but we didn't really go out of our way to mention that planeswalkers were going to show up.
Yeah.
So I can imagine the student body is going to be all up in a tizzy.
Yeah, where I'm from, whenever there's an exchange student or whatever, they scream it to the high heavens, so I guess I just expected that.
Oh, that's fair. I guess the
Yeah,
closest thing we have back where I'm from is just like fostering, but that's like on a one-on-one basis.
fostering.
Yeah, like becoming a ward.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
like when you go to like a neighboring town or kingdom and like they
Like apprenticeship?
oh, kind of, but they don't really like it sounds bad. They don't really like teach you anything, I guess. But like no, like when you like so sometimes if like your parent is like someone of like import and they know someone in another town of import and they're like friends, then like they'll send a relative to that area and they'll get like more experience because they'll meet different kinds of people and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. I sorry, I didn't know that that was that weird.
no, it's okay. It's a very old concept where I'm from. People don't really do that anymore unless they're apprenticeshipping.
Oh, fair enough. It's
Mm.
pretty common if you want to like do squireship and stuff.
Oh God. Motiva's gonna like curl her lips at that. These are very old words for me.
You don't have
Oh.
knights?
Not real ones. Like ones that fight?
Yeah. I mean,
No,
yeah, that's kind of in the job description of a knight.
not anymore. It's just a title. Like,
Huh. Interesting.
it's pretty boring.
I mean, I'm sure you have your own ways of doing similar things or having fun. I'm not just
Yeah,
gonna call
Miss.
your house boring when I haven't been there.
I don't know. Motiva's gonna like motion around her and she's gonna say, "This is crazy ass shit. Uh, I don't really know what you guys would find fun where I'm from."
If I'm honest, I'm not sure either. If you don't have squires and knights, then I really don't know what kind of skill set I would bring to where you're from.
You'd kill at a Renaissance fair.
I wouldn't want to kill necessarily, but I could look
You
really cool.
you would absolutely blast through those people who are just like, step up and take me on in a duel, and then they inevitably kick your ass because nobody knows how to use swords.
Okay, that does sound pretty fun. You're doing a bad job selling me how boring your place is.
Uh, Motiva's gonna Motiva's gonna laugh and say, I know how to sell it. Uh, she's gonna take out her guitar and say, I can't play this
Oh?
properly. Yeah, because I need electricity to play it.
Like lightning?
No, a controlled electric current.
Like a lightning rod?
Uh,
You need sparks?
she's gonna rub her hand against her head, and it's more controlled than that. Like, I need basically an oven, a very controlled environment with the electricity, with the like lightning and stuff, if you want to call it that. And most things where I'm from run off of that, so I don't know how anything works.
That's fair.
I
I appreciate you trying. You have already lost me also.
Yeah, you know how Professor Onyx said she wanted us to come here so she could keep an eye on us. I don't know how to tell her this. If I got sent to another planes, I would have just immediately died. So she really didn't have to worry about me.
You see her kind of roll her shoulder and say, well, I mean, this is the best case scenario, right? You don't want to go get blasted to the other side of the universe and then die somewhere.
I guess. She's gonna like laugh and just say, I don't know, it's hard to imagine anybody I've met being a threat. to a plane.
That's fair. I guess it just depends on. I don't. She kind of goes to like run her hand through her hair and says, I don't want you to think that we're like keeping an eye on you because like you're dangerous necessarily. But when someone with a lot of power goes through a lot of pain or sees a lot of terrible things, you don't know what kind of motivations or goals they will start to have. I I guess I can't speak for the professor and whatever, but like me and Will are like legitimately here for y'all. It sucked when it happened to us. I can only imagine how bad it was for like her or for any of the other planeswalkers you might meet. When it happened to me and Will, we didn't know what happened to our dad. We had to fight in an arena to make money because we were somewhere we just didn't know. I know it sounds like when you haven't had stuff like that happen to you, it's hard to like process it. It's hard to be like, well, like how bad could it really be? Or like, oh, this worth it? But I don't know. I feel like anything would be worth it to not have to deal with that, you know, because you don't know how bad it could end up being. But that's just my
No,
opinion.
no, it makes sense. I I think I'm just a bit spiteful because I could have used this magic help earlier, not for play. I have a supernatural issue, and being here earlier could have definitely fixed that. I also could have saved a lot of money. I've already been to college.
Well, yeah, but now you're at a school to learn how to use magic, so better late than
It's,
never.
it's true. Motiva's gonna look over and say, "Do you know stuff about the other colleges, like in basics?"
Yeah, I know like the basic idea of it. I have a couple friends over from like Witherbloom and stuff. Witches are pretty fun, so
Bitches?
witches.
Oh, is that what the Witherbloom students are called?
I mean, some of them. Uh, there's like titles. There's like scholarly like titles and stuff you can get based on like your expertise. Not everybody gets them, but like generally, if you have like a fighting style or like a magic style that aligns with one of them, like you can get like a special title. So there's like green witches, boon witches, you know, things like
Oh,
that.
that's hot.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Like for Prismari, there's like one of them is like electrovisionary. It's why like when you were like, oh, electricity, I'm like, I mean like you can have sustained lightning. That's like what you need. If you need like an ever looping arc of energy, like that's and like she motions at like the Fury Gale building and she's like, that's a thing. Like Prismari people can do.
I was told if I wanted to fix my instrument, I should go here, so that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, or if you want, like, if it's something more like sciencey, like, Quandrix probably knows. Like, if you know anybody in Quandrix, you could probably hook them up and stuff.
I could sell them the secrets of airplanes in exchange for a battery.
Yeah, see, no, see, this is you. Try not to think of your disadvantages and think of your advantages of being from somewhere different than here.
Ah, yes, I will sell them the secrets of oil. I was told there's dinosaurs here. There's definitely oil then. I'm just gonna fucking like twiddle her thumbs. Can you tell me about Lorehold?
Oh, I mean, I don't really mess around with them, but they're like, they do like digs and stuff. It's kind of cool. You can make money doing that.
Oh, damn. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure you can make money doing anything here.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, if you were like, you have an instrument, so I don't know if you're like artsy in like other ways, but like, there's like art house here if you want to like make money and stuff like that. It's easy to make money here. People It's not that they practically give it away, but when you can't buy shit from stores, you know.
People love throwing money at artists. I'm not surprised.
Oh yeah.
You guys got dolls here?
Dolls?
Dolls. Like
Yeah.
painting dolls?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's like super common, but we definitely had like a couple. Uh I'm sure it would probably go around eventually, but I know that there's one that gets passed around campus pretty often. It talks.
What the fuck?
Yeah, hold on. I as Panini, I have to look up the name.
Motiva, oh, I can talk about my Monster High dolls. Motiva hearing this, what the fuck?
And Rowan says like, "Oh yeah, I think her name's like Sally Jane or something." She doesn't move, but like she talks. So like people think she's funny. It's like an infamous item on campus.
A haunted doll?
I don't know if it's haunted or if it's like a mechanism. But she like insults you. It's pretty funny. Teachers hate
Oh,
it.
fuck me.
Teachers hate it.
I know what you're talking about. We have something like that. It looks like a cowboy and it's in a box. You give it a quarter and it tells you that you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, except this one's free.
Oh god, it's free?
Yeah, like I said, it kind of like it doesn't move. It's like who owns it changes because it's like a campus thing.
Is it like one of is it she's gonna like clap her hands magic item?
I'm not too sure actually.
It probably is. Everything seems to be magic.
I mean, yeah, if it can talk, I'm sure that that's like an enchantment of some sort. But I mean, if you're looking for dolls, you should try to keep an eye out for that one.
I'll dress her up and make her look pretty.
That's
And she
cute.
can call me a poor daughter. Oh, thank you. That was a hobby of mine.
Oh, that's fun. I'm sure you can find other people who are into that sort of thing. You would be surprised at the variety of art genres that are on Prismari.
Is is there Motiva's gonna like Oh, actually, uh are the dragon people actually the founders, or is that a metaphor?
The founders?
Yes.
No, they're the founding dragons. They're dragons.
Well,
I've like
damn.
seen one.
What?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
they show up at campus sometimes. Not like all the time. They like travel and stuff, but like they show up sometimes.
That's the worst principal visit I've ever heard of.
Right? And it's not one. There's
Which
5.
one?
I think it was. I think it was Shadrix, Silverquill's dragon. I think. I don't remember what for. But I saw him one time. He made like a speech. Silverquill of speeches.
I have noticed. I also heard that they're competitive. Who was the person we saw?
Oh, earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, I mentioned to you that I think it's like one of the dean's kids. I don't know him personally.
Oh, one of them. There's multiple?
Deans?
Well, kids of deans.
Oh, well, no. I think. And you see, she stops to think really hard for a second. No, it's kind of a big deal if you're like a kid of a teacher going here. I don't think there's any other ones.
Must be tough.
Yeah, it sounds like it sucks, honestly. But on that topic, no, there's a lot of deans, so.
Oh, lovely. Is it like for each major?
There's 2 per college, so.
Oh.
Yeah, 1 for each color.
Oh.
So Prismari has 2 deans. Prismari has the dean of perfection, which is the blue one, and then the dean of expression, which is the red one.
Do they hate each other?
Yes. Oh yeah.
I knew
Oh
it.
yes. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
called called her a mile away.
Don't bring up one in the presence of another. I'll save you some time right there.
Uh, I I will make sure to pass that along to Phelan because I she feels like the type to do that.
To be fair, all of you
Already,
guys seem to really like asking questions, so I thought the warning would be heard.
no, I appreciate it. I am asking questions and I'm trying to slow down with them because I'm afraid I'm going to get kicked in the head someday.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad piece of advice, but you don't got to worry about that with me. If I want to kick you in the head,
Oh,
I'll just tell you.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, I try to be upfront about that sort of thing.
No, I appreciate that. Motiva lessons is the blue and red thing why you and your brother signed up, the perfectionist and not perfectionist thing.
Well, it also just kind of fits the thing. We weren't like a whole like red and blue theme before Prismari, but it just works.
Mm-hmm.
But
It
yeah,
kind of
it is.
matches.
Huh? What's up?
It kind of matches.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of funny. Uh, it's kind of funny how there's like two of us and one for each aspect of it. You know, it's like a whole thing. Will loves that shit.
Is your brother a I don't want to say that word. That's mean. Is he a perfectionist?
Definitely more than someone like me is. I don't know if it's necessarily that I think he's like that uptight, but he is somebody who's definitely more by the books. He wants to do everything. He wants to cross the T's, dot the I's, do everything in order, and hit every step on the way. But that's not how things work. It's not how learning works. It's not how life works. So, you know, I love him to death,
Yeah.
but you know.
And now I have siblings. I completely understand.
Okay, good. Uh, but I'm glad you decided to stave off the mean words. Only I can be mean to him.
I completely understand. If anybody was rude about my sisters, I think I would. Well, actually, I have just hit them, so.
Okay, same hat.
Same hat. She's gonna. I keep imagining she's in the swivel chair, and I know she isn't.
She is on a rock on the ground.
She's on a rock on the ground, but I keep. Motiva is very swivel chair energy.
Oh yeah, she's very much like spin in a swivel chair while talking.
I'm glad you knew. She pipes up and says, "Oh, uh, where would I go for ghosts and supernatural questions?"
I mean, there's a lot of ghosts on Lorehold.
Yeah,
To be fair, like I'm sure that there are a lot of people on campus that can know a thing or two about ghosts. But if you want to know like academically about ghosts, Lorehold professors talk to a lot of ghosts. So that's sort of a thing. Witherbloom seems like it would deal with the supernatural more, but it's more the active energy of like death and not necessarily what happens after.
yeah, I think I got that feel whenever I saw, what was it? Guest,
What?
Geist, the little ugly fuckers.
Pest.
Test. Yeah, my said don't call them a doctor. The person who made my medicine told me that that was what Witherbloom was about, using energy from like life and death.
Oh yeah, tons of them. Oh, so you saw what they did to the little worms.
Yeah, it was interesting. I wasn't mad or anything. It's whatever. Death is inevitable. La 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 la. I blah blah blah. I'd rather somebody use the energy of another than the energy of themselves.
Yeah, fair enough. It is a little gross though. Just a little bit.
I just think the pests are kind of gross. They're kind of ugly.
Yeah, there's tons of them too. Though there's entire like cabins over on Witherbloom that's just for like breeding pests. It's ugh. Yeah, I know. There's tons of them over there. Be careful.
Are they dangerous?
I mean, not really, but they're gross.
They look like they come out of nasty little egg sacs, like
Yeah.
toads.
I just think things shouldn't have that many teeth.
uh, you should get an up close look of a butterfly.
No, thank you. Actually, you can keep that to yourself.
I think it's fascinating.
I'm happy for you, friend.
No, you're not. You think it's nasty. Don't lie to me. It's okay. Do you guys have like Motiva's gonna she's gonna roll her hands. She's gonna say, "How do you guys feel about trans rights?"
I didn't expect you to just ask outright. That's so funny. I'm sorry, that's so funny.
There's no other way to ask, Holmes.
There isn't. How dare you think I would make a transphobe?
No. Motiva's not asking that. Motiva's not asking that. Guys got surgeries.
Oh.
Spells for surgeries.
Oh, I mean, here, yeah, probably.
Will it cost me my everything?
I am not sure. I have only had to be fair, I don't know a ton about the medical situation here on our KVOS. I've only ever had to be hospitalized one time, but I didn't have to deal with anything after that, so that's cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
healthcare.
And you see she taps the side of her head that has like the sort of lightning streaks from the side of her eye all the way into the shaved part of her hair, and she says, yeah.
Oh, that's not like a aesthetic thing.
No, it's a scar.
Motiva's gonna like do the look away, hand over face thing. She says, "I'm so sorry. I assumed."
No, it's fair. I'm glad people think it's cool enough to be something I chose to do. It's not bad.
This
I'm
is
not
like
bothered by it.
from like a crater in the head.
Oh no. And she looks kind of sheepish, and she's like, I used the snarl to cast a spell, but a really big one.
Ooh.
And it gave me a bit of a run for my money.
Experimenting?
Let's just say it is part of the series of events that made planeswalkers be known to the school.
I see. Lore. I'll keep it hidden away.
Yeah, well, another time. We don't have enough time for it today, but it was a whole thing, and it's also why well, I hope you would think that my brother's leg isn't an aesthetic choice.
Well, Motiva's gonna tap her fingers and say, "I actually can't say that I didn't think that, because where I'm from, people have purposely cut off their limbs for the aesthetic."
Terrifying.
Yeah, sorry, I can't assume anything here.
Fair enough. It also isn't, though I will say, he's a bit more funny about his situation than I was. Fuck it, I don't care about talking about it. So us being injured little students, getting medical attention, and he obviously got a prosthesis. He didn't have to pay for it either. and he decides to intentionally get the crappiest one offered to him. Oh, but
Why?
I can I practice my ice magic if I have to uphold it all the time. It's bad. It's a bad leg.
That's so the ice wasn't.
He does that. He does it all the time, and he has to, or he can't walk on it.
Mm.
It's. Do
Hmm.
you see what I mean by the way that he is?
A very practiced soul, I see. Remember, you told me I'm not allowed to be mean.
It's true, so I'll say it. A motherfucker is what he is.
uh, so your lightningness is what, brain currents or something?
Oh, it doesn't stay. I got a little knockback from what I was casting, which just happened to be a lightning spell.
Okay. And then so you don't mean to. Your brother, on the other hand, went apeshit with it's magic time.
It's magic time. I lost a leg. It seems like a great learning experience.
Well, my mom always said there's time to learn from your own mistakes. I don't think this is what advice was intended for, though. Oh, uh, do you happen to know anything about like the music club or whatever?
Are you talking about like the orchestra or the band?
The band.
Not really. I don't really play any music. Yeah, sorry. I don't know anybody in it
No,
either.
it's not your fault. I'm trying to. There's a lot of instruments where I'm from, and I'm trying to figure out how far that goes here.
Oh, are you just interested in what instruments other people are playing?
Yeah, there was a girl earlier yesterday whenever I went to the tavern, and she was playing a hurdy-gurdy, and those aren't common at all where I'm from and very expensive, and it was fascinating.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I she's gonna smile and say, well, since you're not too attached to the music aspect, I think I can say this. I don't know how interested I would be in joining Prismari.
I mean, that's fair. There's 4 other colleges. I'm sure you'll find one that interests you in some capacity.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. My brain doesn't take well to sitting in one place for too long, and I don't imagine I can change majors here.
You can.
Oh?
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, you can change majors. You can double major. That's cool. You can minor in things. There are a ton of people who cross college study. You don't have to just take classes on one campus after you pick a college.
Oh, that's dangerous. Doesn't that like take away and eat your time though?
I don't know if it would necessarily eat away time. I mean, like some people definitely would have to stay longer, technically, but like I think it depends entirely on like how you go about things. Strixhaven doesn't really do like I don't know, as long as you're like competent, I don't think you'd have to really stay extra years in what you're like trying to do. I am trying
Yeah.
me as Panini, I'm trying very hard to say that there's not like a credit system whenever Rowan doesn't come from a place with a credit system. It's very difficult.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Motiva's gonna huff and just say, okay, but what year are you?
Oh, I'm third year. We both are.
How old are you?
I don't know how old anybody is. You better wait a goddamn minute. I don't know how old anybody is. I'm gonna say 21.
Oh. Motiva's gonna put a hand over her face. I'm your elder. Ooh.
All right, first year, don't get cocky.
Ooh. I say that, but I accused somebody of being like 65. No, it was a little bit funny.
That happens whenever you're in a plane with elves. Can't read them.
Yeah. How does that work?
They can get really old.
Like, how old?
Like, older than the school.
Ooh.
Like, hundreds.
Isn't that boring?
I mean, I guess. I'm not really sure. I don't talk to a bunch of elves. Not for any particular reason, I just don't know many.
I mean, that's fair. She's gonna pop her head up and say, "Oh, do you guys got reincarnation in your stuff?"
I mean... Arcavios?
Motiva's gonna tip her head and say, my roommate Phelan was mentioning how she was like a direct like reincarnation and stuff and how she remembered that.
Are you
That was
asking
funny.
if Arcavios has reincarnation? Or...
Yeah, I in general, I guess you've been to different planes. You know more than me.
I've been to 3, first of all. And I will also establish I don't know anything about Arcavios that isn't the school. So I don't really know their like belief systems or anything. I don't know if reincarnation is real. I don't know it.
Yeah. Do you have a faith system?
On Eldraine? Yeah, kind of. It's sort of... Give me 1 second.
Me waiting. I hope you don't mind this fucking nonstop interview.
No, I love it. I think it's very fun. I love just answering questions. I think it's very cool.
Motiva's got to get all the shit out of the way so she doesn't look like a complete dumbass.
Rowan would actually kind of shrug a bit and say, not particularly, not in the way that I hear people talk about it anyway. Like there's the concept of like fealty and like that sort of thing, but we don't really follow gods or spirits or anything like that.
Hmm. Uh, Phelan mentioned something about towers that take your soul. I don't, I don't get it. I
I
don't get it.
I don't get that either, and I do not think I would like it very much.
Yeah, something about the sun, but that doesn't make sense to me because Phelan, it, I don't want to say it was a bit funny, but whenever we got shown the blistering two suns you guys have, very interesting. She literally hissed, but then she also seems to really like it.
Oh, the two suns are kind of weird. Yeah, I'm used to only one, but you know.
Hey, do you have only one moon?
Uh,
I
I'm fact checking
don't.
you. Give me a second.
I don't mean to keep doing this. I'm sorry, my love.
Yes, only one moon.
Hey, me too. Dove said that they had 13.
That sounds like too many moons.
Yeah, I don't want to imagine the astrological horrors of that.
I'm not too sure. I don't know much about astrology.
Where I'm from, we're force-fed science. I know too much of it. But I don't know how much any of that matters here.
You say where I come from sounds interesting, or that this place sounds weird, but I would argue that where you come from sounds just as weird.
Uh, Motiva's gonna smile and say, have any of the planes you've been touched to the moon?
Um, I'm not really sure if Kyram did.
Yeah, we went to the moon. We've also been on other planets nearby. I don't know. I feel like that kind of pales in comparison to throwing fireballs out of your hand.
Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. I
Holding on, holding on.
mispronounced the plane. It was Kylam.
Ah,
Uh, she's going to kind of say that sounds. I mean, it sounds impressive, but I don't really have anything to compare it to. I don't know if you're looking for a specific reaction.
uh, no. I don't know. It feels pretty boring to hear about. Well, other people have said it's pretty boring to hear about a plane with only humans. So all I got are airplanes and space to talk about.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Did you know they have dinosaurs here?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Freaky shit.
I guess.
I want to pet a T-Rex.
Find one.
She looks at herself and pats herself down. Yeah, sure. Can't wait to run into the mage hunter things.
Be careful about that.
Yeah, what are those? Am I allowed to talk about that, or is that a freaky taboo thing?
No, you're allowed to talk about it. It's just something that people have kind of accepted is a thing. If you ask a native about mage hunters, it would just be another one of their boogeymen, I guess. Like fae and stuff like that.
Oh, I see. Fair boogeyman anywhere you go. Great.
Yeah, I haven't seen many or heard of many here, but not a big fan.
Are mage hunters a problem on the campus? Have they been?
They have, but not a huge problem. Uh, there have not been any lasting deaths on campus, if that makes you feel better.
What do you mean lasting?
Anybody who's died on campus has been brought back.
What the fuck do you mean?
Resurrection magic exists. You can cast spells above your strength or that need certain items to complete with the snarl's power. So if someone dies, it's really easy for a staff member to take them to the snarl and bring them back.
I want to mention Motiva has had a pretty amused or neutral face this entire time. She kind of looks grossed out. That's not normal. If I die here, just send me back and let me stay dead, please.
You see Rowan have a very interesting look on her face as you say that, and she kind of looks at you and doesn't say anything for a second, and kind of shrugs and looks away and say, I can tell Onyx to change your paperwork, if that's what you want.
It's pretty sacrilegious to be brought back from the dead where I'm from. If you're dead, you're supposed to stay dead.
Yeah, I guess that's natural no matter where you're from, huh?
You don't have to tell her anything.
No, it's fine. We should respect your wishes and your faith and stuff. I'll go and try to track her down real quick.
Motiva will actually stand up and say, I actually want to go find somebody who's a part of the band so I can harass them.
See about that. Your hour's up, my friend.
Damn.
I'm sorry, bestie. But, you and Rowan part ways. You both get up and, go your separate ways. How do you like your Rowan facts?
Very interesting. Sorry, Rowan. Motiva finds the idea of being resuscitated normal, but resurrection sounds pretty gross.
Fair enough, bestie.
Yeah.
Live your life. Live your truth.
Listen.
Yeah?
In human culture, it's a pretty, agreed upon thing that avoiding death is a bad idea.
I'm not arguing with you.
Sounds mad.
Who does? Rowan?
Rowan sounded mad.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
I can't talk
know.
about it, bestie, but I think your ideas are valid.
There's just also, why did you change it from 1 hour to from 3 hours to 1?
Because you guys wanted to spend the rest of your day doing stuff, so these mini sessions are only an hour because you guys are going to do something really quick and meet back up. And then because you guys wanted to tour all of the campuses in one day, I was trying to do that.
No, that makes sense. That's okay. I just was curious.
No, yeah, it was going to be a freeze frame, but you guys wanted to do mini sessions, but there was no way to have mini sessions
that were actually important.
No, that were short enough because you guys had a lot of stuff you wanted to do today before class.
Okay, sorry.
It's fine. I'm gonna stop the recording.